How's it going, everybody? It's your boy, the humble hacker from Shottown Ronan here, back with another video. Excuse me. Wow, didn't know that was coming. All right, with another video, and today we're going to be going over Exfiltrated from the Offensive Security Proving Grounds on my part 2 of the road to the OSCP. It took the first OSCP when it included the buffer overflow, failed it twice after figuring out how buffer overflow finally works, and I haven't not taken this OSCP plus yet, so we're gonna go back to basics since I haven't done pen testing in a long time. I've only done bug bounty for the most recent years. I'm getting back on my pen testing tip, so let's go ahead and see what this machine's all about. So let's go ahead and make sure that this machine is up, which yes indeed it is. Alright, so the first thing that we always do, we run mmap first, and we run using our safe scripts, enumerate all versions, output all formats, our saved file name, and the IP address. And as always, I already ran it first, so we don't have to worry about that. And let's see what we got. So we have two ports open, 22 and 80, and as always, when it comes to Linux boxes, never touch port 22 because nothing will ever work if unless we have an actual legit login or at least a username that we can use. So we're going to start with port 80, and we already have the robot.txt file which shows us where is what. So let's go ahead and see what the basic IP shows us. Once I can find out where this damn IP is at. Here we go. All right, so we bring up a browser, and then there's two things that we need to see. First, we see this here, meaning that the IP address immediately resolved to this domain, and when we do that, and when we get this, we have to add it to our Etsy host files. So if I go simple, and which I've already added, so if I go tail, whoops, there we go. We see that we have to add the IP and the new domain name to the Etsy host file in order for us to be able to successfully reach this. Alright, so again, the robot.txt file gave us a lot of information to start us off. So we can simply go to these one by one and then see which one gives us something. So let's check back up first. Okay, we get a URL not found. The next one is going to be cron. Okay, we don't get anything from there. Our next is going to be front. Get an arrow 44 on that. We got install. Forbidden on that. What else we got? Got panel. Okay, so we get something. The panel here. Alright, bet. So also, first thing that we always got to be on the hunt for are application names and system versions. So that's what we need to to make sure of, that we can locate first. So we have Suberon admin panel. Okay, and let's see what we could dig up for that. So let's go ahead and bring our terminal up, look up through search exploit. So we got search exploit. Okay, doesn't bring us up with that. So let's go and see what else we can find. So we have Suberon arbitrary file upload. The rest are all text files, but this is the arbitrary file upload. So let's go ahead and take that. How we grab this, we go search exploit -m for mirror, and then the path that we have. Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Okay, and we're back. So again, we copy this by copying this path. We do -M for mirror, and we go ahead and paste it. And I already did that. So we already have this file here. So let's see how this file actually works. So let's go ahead and bring this up, see if we can find the exploit DB version of this to tell us how this thing operates. Okay, and there we go with our arbitrary file upload. So we can go ahead and pull this up. And watch the molasses slowly drip. All right, come on there, buddy. Let's load. Thank you. All right, so we have our exploit here. So we look at it and we see we have commands. So it looks like how this works is we call the application and we set the target to this endpoint, the panel, target URI, and we put in a user name and password. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. But we don't have a username and password. However, we could test, since these are labs, we can test for anything. So let's go with, no, I mean they don't have test accounts, but guest. Nope, that doesn't work. Let's just try admin. Whoops, crap. Crap. Admin and the password of password. Okay, that doesn't work. How about just admin? Oh, get off my damn screen. Okay, we see we're waiting here instead of getting a straight error. All right, so it looks like admin works. So that's the one that we're going to be using. So how we run this application from here, we're going to run it since it's a Python file. We're going to go Python 3. And then our file here, 49876, setting the URL destination to this URL, specifying the user name and password as admin. So we go ahead and run that. Okay, it was successful. Got a CSRF token, it generated it, and then now it's putting up, and now it's trying to see if we can log in, which we know that we can because the login's correct. And we have a successful upload as well as a prompt. All right, so let's see what we could do with this prompt. We go ls. Okay, we could read what's in here. Then let's see if we can go back one. Okay, we can't. So let's fix this by getting. Let's see who we are first. Okay, we are www.data. Now we need to get a better shell than this because we clearly can't do anything with it. So what we can do is let's look for TTY escapes. Okay, and look up how to spawn a TTY shell, see what our options are. And we have two options, either with Python or with SOCAT. So let's see which one works. If this molasses would like to hurry up sometime soon. Okay, and let's look for, here we go. We have another reference that we could use. Okay, here's one. All right, so let's start with the method 1. We go and we take this into our prompt here, and that doesn't work. All right, so what's the next option that we have? We have SOCAT. All right, so with SOCAT, what we do on our machine, we do this, and then on the victim, we launch that. So let's get both of these on here first. Okay, so we need to set our IP address that's here. And how do we get that IP address? We simply go IP ADDR in our tunnel interface from our VPN connection. We put that there. We highlight this Shikataganai, and then we take this one here. We put that on our system. let that listen. Then we run this on the target system. And as you can see, we now have a shell. All right, so now that we have this started, we can navigate a bit, do some stuff. So we have now pwd. Okay, so we're in the uploads folder. Let's see if there's anybody in the home folder. So let's go cd /home. Whoops, messed that one up. There we go. See how many users we have. One. Can we go into this person's folder? ARAN. No, we don't have the permissions to do that. Okay, so let's go back over to our uploads folder here, and see what we could dig up. So let's check for potential binaries. So what we're gonna do is run the following command here, which are to find applications that have the permission of S, and then just print that out. Okay, so these are what we have so far. So our first thing that we always use is get the fork up out of here bins. So we're gonna go GTFO bins and see what we can attempt to do. So let's see, we have ping, SU, and umount. So let's go ahead and bring this up. Look up ping. We don't have ping, but we have umount. No, we do not. Okay, CHFN. Nope. What else we got? CHSH. Nope. What else we got? Sudo and password. We have SU. Let's see what that is. Then let's go to sudo. And then what was the other one? Password. Alright, so we're going to go change this to password and privilege escalations. Let's try these three out first. So we have where we could SU switch. So in our session, we could just paste that. And it's asking for a password, which creates a problem because we don't have a password. So we're going to need something else. And if this is basically what's going to be the situation, then we can't really use any of these binaries because we need a password. So let's go check something out. Let's see what's up with any automated jobs or something like that. So let's go ahead and see what's in the cron tab and see what we get. Alright, so okay, so here's our cron tab. Shell or path here. This is a process that's run hourly. And let's see, image exif. That could reference exif tool. So let's see if there's any exploits for exif tool. Okay. Okay, we have, looks like we do have something. Exif tool, arbitrary code here. Go ahead and pull that up. And let's see what this is. This is CVE 2021-2004, right? So here's our exploit right here. And let's see how this works. So we call the application with the command. Okay. And here we can set up a listener, but also with a JPEG. So why is the JPEG there? So let's read the description. Uses exploit to generate a JPEG image payload that can be used with a vulnerable exif tool version for code execution. A custom command can be provided or a reverse shell can be generated. A JPEG image is automatically generated, and optionally a custom JPEG image can be supplied to have the payload inserted. So basically this is pretty much telling us that we can create a fake file, an image file here that's going to be designed to create a reverse shell over to our machine. And this is basically what we run first. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what else that we're doing. So we can run this application on where? So it looks like we can run this on the server here. So let's try that out. So we're going to need another window here. So I'm going to go ahead and split this and look for, what are we looking for? Oh yeah, that's right. We're looking for this exploit file. Let's go ahead and take this CVE here and let's go grab it using git clone. Okay. Here's our exploit file. Okay. And let's go ahead and send that up. And how we do that, we start a Python HTTP server. We do that on port 80. And I'm going to go ahead and take the exploit file and then upload it here. So I need my current IP address again. So we're going to take this, copy it, and then go wget exploit.py, grabbed it, it was successful because we got a 200. Now let's go ahead and see what else that we do. Alright, so on this particular workstation, it looks like that we call it and use the command to read a file. Okay, so let's try that out. Wait, let's get the correct file here. I can exit this. Hang on one second. Oh. Okay, exploit.py. And then what else do we do? We use -C. And we have our command in double quotes. Huh. Okay, so it looks like this errors out. Okay. All right, so let's see what else that we have. Okay, let's go back step. Exif tool, and I want to use exploit.db. Okay, we have another one here. Exif tool.123. And this one was the one that we already looked at. So let's go here. Okay. So oh, this is the same one. All right, so here's pretty much like what we do here. We run the app like so. Let's go ahead and bring this in, shrink that down a little bit, and start filling this in. So we're gonna go on our machine now. I'm gonna go Python 3. Then S, and then our local port. Okay. Let's see what this okay. Okay. So it looks like that we need a image file. So since we have one, let's go ahead and utilize that. And we're still getting an error. It looks like we're getting a problem with an escape sequence. So let's get rid of Python 3 and just run it. Okay. Try with permissions here. Huh, still doesn't work. Let's look at this again. Alright. Oh, -I. I'm stupid. Alright, let's fix this up. Okay. Let's see. Syntax. An image file being updated. Okay. So what we will do, so since this is going to be on port 444 and that's going to be from this image right here, we're going to set up a netcat listener on our machine on port 4444 and upload this image.jpg over to the target. So we're going to go Python again. Run that there. Take this here. Again, do a wget. Whoops. Okay, wget. Image.jpg. We see that it's been successfully uploaded, but I already did that already, so it saved this as image.jpg.1 instead. So we're just going to go ahead and just wait. So this cron job, when it runs, it's going to run to this folder, and then whichever image file that's in it, it'll run that, or it'll execute it. So we're just waiting for this cron job to go through, and we see we got our network connection back from netcat. So we go ahead and check this out, say who am I, we are successfully root. Then we're going to go over to our root folder. There's our proof file, and boom bam dunskies. That is Exfiltration from OSCP Proving Grounds.